Hello, 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 everybody. How are you doing? Today, we're going to be talking about our Singapore and Bali trip. Now, of course, with everything going on, I want you to understand that some things I'm going to address first. But for those of you who are watching and don't know exactly who I am Tisha Lady. I am a travel professional. I specialize in groups, cruises, celebration type trips, and I help other people do what I do. Make sure that when you do jump on, you go ahead and drop your name, because some of y'all on Facebook don't use your real names. But let me know where you're checking in from, city, state, and so much. And please definitely interact with this live as well. But I am going to address first off some of the things that have been going on in the news over the last 24 hours or so about COVID and about the testing. I have spent most of my night and early morning going over information. Understand, everybody, for all of my future and current clients out there, understand that there is no information really coming from the suppliers. Everyone is slowly trying to figure out what they're going to do and catch up. Understand they did not have a pre-warning about this regulation going in, so they're still trying to catch up. Understand, if you are working with myself or any other travel professional, we will keep you abreast of what's going on. For my travel agents that are watching this at any time, make sure you are checking your emails. Make sure that you are watching what the suppliers are doing. Please do not blow up their phones because they don't know anything that well. Yes, it has started coming out that some hotel chains will be providing free tests in the Mexico and the Caribbean area, but there's still a lot more information that's going to come out because I know a lot of people want to cancel. Everybody, don't cancel just yet. Hold off and just wait. Now, with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and talk about Singapore and Bali. Now, for y'all understand I am a traveling epicurus. I'm not exactly sure if that's a real word, but you know what? I decided to make it a real world in my world. But what that means is that I love to travel the world, not just to see the places and the culture, but I go to see the plates. I am an extreme lover of food and how people use food and how they use it to represent their culture and where they're from. Now, I've been wanting to go to Singapore since I started my journey as a travel professional over 5 years ago with this organization. I fell in love with it even more after Crazy Rich Asians came out. So you know what I said? We're going to stop waiting to find people, and I'm just going to put something together right now for everybody, so that way I'll be able to go, and if other people want to go, they can. So what I want to go ahead is tell you about the trip that we have put together. I am working with another agent, and we're doing 2 separate trips. If you want to know more information and get stuff sent to you, please go ahead and follow the link in the post, and that'll take you to the forum so you can get onto the list. Because understand, everything that I'm telling you, the actual prices will not be dropped to those publicly until the people who have pre-registered finish putting down their $100 deposit. Now, just to kick this off, guys, I love to do things fancy. I love to do things bigger. I love the luxury and all of that stuff. So of course I had to go find a 5-star resort inside of Singapore. Now, while we are in Singapore, everybody, I want you to understand that we are going to do a lot. We're going to go ahead and do a Crazy Rich Asian tour, which is going to basically include a tour of the Gardens by the Bay, which spans over 100 hectares and is a highlight for any visitor you go out there. That's where, the big poles with the lights and the greenery, that's the Gardens at the Bay. We're also going to go to the Marina Bay Sands Sky Park, which is actually brand new. That's the three hotel towers at the Marina Bay Sands and how they have the ship on top. We're going to take a visit there, but we're definitely going to go ahead and hit the Newton food market, or hawker as they call them down there, where you can find amazing Michelin level food for low cost. We're going to have a stop through there. We're going to do all of this within one day while we're there. But you're also going to have an opportunity to go to the food center and shopping mall on Old Airport Road. It's part of another tour in Singapore. We're going to go to a 3rd-generation family business, and it's the Kim Chu's Kitchen. It's a lot of history behind that, and the traditional Chinese rice dumplings. Now, for those of you that don't know, Singapore is an island and a city and a country all rolled up into one. Singapore has a mixture of so many different Asian cultures: Chinese, Japanese, Indian. There's a great mix of different cultures and stuff there. Now, understand that while we're also going to be out there, just not even just learning about the different food and the food, we're also going to learn about the culture of where the food came from and things like that. Now, some of the things we're also going to do is we're also going to go to the hotel where the Singapore Sling was actually created. That's going to be a side trip that people can do on their own. We're also going to go to this place that I just learned about. It is called Sentosa. Now, Sentosa is called the State of Fun, and it's like an island inlet, or like 3 islands actually, that they're working on, and they've been working on it now for about 2 years. And it is full of shopping. You have dinner, beaches. There is the only official Greek restaurant on the island. That is so crazy. They have so many different things for whether you're a nature lover, if you want to do high-end shopping, and so much more, right? So we're going to be going out in April, and it will be 5 nights. But you know what? Before we get any further, let me go ahead and show you what it's going to look like for us to stay at the Singapore. Guys, doesn't that look exciting? Now, of course, this is 5-star luxury that we're going to be there. Breakfast is going to be included. Now, besides the tours that we have, some of the other things that you might want to do is the Singapore Flyer. Now, this is a giant Ferris wheel, so you will not see me on it. Have this thing about heights, but it comes with a stunning view, so you can take amazing pictures. Now, you can do this as a group. 28 people can fit as it goes around in a circle, so it's kind of similar to what you saw like in Las Vegas or in London, but it's a great way to see the sights from up high. Then there's a place called the Buddha Tooth Relic Temple. Really weird name, but it's a temple that, the Chinese build temples to a lot of the gods and other things, but this one is a little bit more unusual. So in like the 1980s or so, when a Buddhist temple was first proposed for Singapore's Chinatown, it was supposed to be more of a traditional temple. Somewhere along the line, it became a tooth relic temple, a home for a tooth relic from Buddha himself. Now, the temple is local in central Chinatown, and it has other arts and culture of the Singapore Buddhists out there as well. Now, this is something different. Now, when they first talked to me about a night safari, I'm thinking like going into the woods or somewhere at night to go look at animals, but this is actually a real attraction. This is people who like the nightlife but don't want to do clubs. They can go to the night safari where they'll get to see nocturnal animals, not party animals, on display. And it opens up in about 1984, and it has been one of Singapore's more top attractions. And they can you could take a trail walk through to learn about the animals' habits and about the captive breeding programs, and it's also restaurants. So you will have plenty of free time to do stuff outside of the day tours that we have. I think about except for the Crazy Rich Asians tour, every night you have free to do whatever you want. You can also visit the Singapore Botanical Gardens. We're already going to the Gardens by the Bay, the Raffles House. That's where we're going to go get the Singapore Sling. That is something that you can choose to do with us. It's not going to be like a mandatory thing, obviously. Understand that some of the places in Singapore, you will have to get dressed up. That's something that I am learning as I'm doing my research. Singapore is one of the most expensive cities in the world to live in, but their food is very inexpensive, but you got to come with a little class. Now, the other one is the Clark Quay. Now, the Clark Quay is another part of Singapore's past that is still happening place right now. One of the key tourist attractions in Singapore, the quay at the mouth of the Singapore River, was the city hubs for commerce in the late 19th century. And of course, it's still busy. They have pushcart vendors, boutiques, restaurant, and as always, once a market, always a market, except at night when it becomes a chic night spot. And then we're going to go to Resorts World at Sentosa. Now, understand, this is the place I was mentioning earlier that has all the different things to keep you busy. Now, when we go, we're going to go see like 1 or 2 shows during the day. And then afterwards, you're going to have the whole day to do whatever you like, or you can go back to the hotel. But it's located off the island, off of Singapore's south coast, and it has hotels, restaurants, even a casino, people, so you can win big. They got theme parks, basically something for everyone, no matter how old they are. Now, I did a video of it, and some of the stuff that they have in there is amazing. That's why we decided to go ahead and head out there. And then you can go to Orchid Road. Orchid Road is basically the main shopping street of Singapore. So, you know, for those who need souvenirs, this is where we're going to go. And it's regularly frequented, not just by foreign tourists, but by the locals. Now, it's named after the fruit orchards that the road led to, and it's flanked by malls, numerous upmarket restaurants, coffee chains, cafes, nightclubs. Basically, it's the heartbeat. That's where you'll probably end up if you're not going anywhere else. So go ahead and have fun there. Now, understand the trip is not over after we spend our glorious 5 nights there. Now, part of the group is we do want to travel straight out of California, is where we're looking to leave from, to head over there as a group, to travel as a group. Now, understand, you do not have to do this next part that I'm about to show you, but the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to head to Bali, everyone. Now, we're going to be there for 4 nights, and we're going to do 2 excursions, but you know what? I'm going to kick it off just like this. Now tell me that didn't look great. Can you see yourself in that luxury, possibly with a private pool? Because yes, we have that option. Now, when we leave from Singapore, if you choose to stay with us, we're going to include the flight and you're going to fly straight from Singapore to Bali with us. Now, while we're in Bali, we're only going to be there for 4 nights from Wednesday through Sunday, but we're only going to do 2 tours, everybody, right? So the first one we're going to do is called a Kikak dance, a seafood dinner tour, and a private Uluwutu. I think the Uluwatu Peacock dance and a seafood dinner. Now, understand, we're gonna go to a monkey temple first, and we're gonna go and take pictures with the temple, with the monkeys, and learn about the whole atmosphere, as well as this is gonna be a cliffside resort. I mean, a resort, a cliffside place. So, if you have a height problem, just like me, we're not going to the edge, but it's going to be beautiful scenery. And then we're going to have the dance, a private dance that's going to be on the beach. And then we're going to end the evening with a barbecued seafood meal prepared for our group. Then you're also going to be able to get a day at leisure to do whatever you want, private excursions you want to add on, or if you want to go check out some of the local spas or explore the city. But then on Saturday morning, we're going to have a traditional Seminyak Indonesian cooking class. Well, not only will you learn about the traditions and the cultures of cooking, you'll be able to go ahead and cook the meals yourself, eat what the group cooks, and have a great and relaxing morning. And then you'll have the rest of the afternoon to yourself. Now, of course, I'm doing my research, and some of the things to go ahead and see. The number one thing on this list was to go watch this dance, the Kikak dance. So we're definitely going to go ahead and do that. But some of the things they also suggest is to dine al fresco on this beach that I cannot pronounce, Muaya Beach. And basically it is, you come in the late afternoon to watch the sunset, which I'm seeing is beautiful to watch, to do that and do that. And then you get to go out and you eat along the beach with oils and torches and panjors with a Balinese banners right there on the beach. So that's obviously going to be wonderful. Then you can catch a dance performance at the Nusa Dua. Now, you don't have to explore the length and width of Indonesia to see the best of its culture. Not when you can visit the Nusa Dua and see all of it performed for you under one roof. You can go surfing. If any of you guys are into surfing, you can go surfing in Kuta. You can also learn water sports at the Tanjung Benoa. I am not one of the ones that wants to be underwater by far. I am good above water, but basically what this is that you get to go to the eastern coast of South Bali, which is where we're going to be, the south side of Bali, and you get to go to the beach. That's not good for surfers because there's a shallow shelf, but it's great for diving and things like that. You can go visit the Garuda Wisnu Kencana Cultural Park. Now, that was a mouthful right there. But this is a statue that rises over 470 feet when it's actually going to be completed, and depicts the Hindu god Vishnu riding his winged mount Garuda. I'm reading this, everybody, because I want to make sure I didn't mess any of this up. So you can stroll through the park, and then of course, everybody, we got to go shopping. So they have an area called Lejong, where you go ahead and it's lined with high-end shops selling quality beachwear, home furnishing, women's accessories, artworks. However, there's always to get some of the more cheaper and low cost and budget stuff, but it's a mixture of everything. So they do suggest that you pay attention and keep shopping, because you might be able to find the same thing, same quality for less. But come on, we got to go party, right? We got to go party in Kuta and Seminyak. And we're not going to be too far, I don't think, from Seminyak. Now, the party scene in South Bali comes to life rather late. And I heard it could be 11 o'clock midnight before the party scene picks up. But the nightclubs and the discos provide plenty of cheap booze and throbbing techno music aimed at backpackers. Now, Seminyak, on the other hand, features a good number of upscale lounges and clubs for a classier crowd. And some favorite hangouts in Seminyak include the Oceanfront Club, the Kude Tabali, and a Chill Hui, which I am so saying wrong. Now, alcohol is free flowing in these places, but stay away from drugs, because the drug laws in Bali are bad. So no drugs. If you want to feed birds, they have a bird park that you can go to. You can even explore Balinese culture at a new treasure island. And there's so much more that you can do. But what I've heard is one of the best things to do is to get a real traditional spa, like on the beach, get that massage. I hear that it's out of this world. So now we're going to be overseas for potentially 9 to 10 days, once you take in the flight changes and everything. Now, mind you, the cost of this trip, with your flights included, with estimated flights included, is actually a steal. And no, I'm not going to tell you what it is. If you want to learn more, there is a link scrolling across, as well as a link inside of the comment boxes. I mean, the description box, sorry. Go ahead, follow that link. Go ahead and pre-register, because we have people already signing up. We have very limited seats. We have $100 deposits right now. Now, you can't beat that. Understand, this trip's not till 2022. So you have plenty of time to go ahead, make your deposit, make your decisions, get other people to come with you. Price is based off of double occupancy once you guys get it, because I will be sending it out to those on the pre-registration list. Actually, I've been sending it out, but it's going to go out to the public come this weekend. Understand that this is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip. Some of the other big trips that we're going to be doing on this Epicurean adventure is we are planning Greece. I already picked out the hotels for Santorini and Mykonos back in 2023. And I'm going to be looking to put together a Tahiti and another island. So most of my big trips that I'm going to be doing for the Epicurean Eats is going to be 2 islands or 2 locations at the same time. Now, no, they may not always be overseas international giant trips. We will be doing smaller trips. Once we get a little bit better with the travel, we'll start really looking at doing the cruises, because you know there are a lot of great cruise ships that you can do and get your eat on, but get your education on about the food and the cultures that we're going to. We are going to do stateside stuff and so much more. So I want to thank you guys for sitting here. I ran a little longer than I anticipated, but thank you for watching. Thank you for tagging people. And hopefully I'm going to see your name show up on the list. With that being said, I want everybody to definitely stay safe. I want you to eat often, but I also want you to travel well. Talk to you guys later.